The importance of desert biome is that it has different kinds of animals and plants that helps the biodiversity of Earth, and it has mineral wells with many nutrients in the soil, but it has many minerals in the sand. It also has very good archaeological discoveries.
How abiotic factors relate to the living organisms in the desert? Well, first, the rainfall. The limited water is a defining feature of desert ecosystems and their most profound environment constraint. This means that animals and plants looking to survive in the desert must be able to live with little water for extended periods of time. Well, another one, the temperature. Deserts typically go through huge fluctuations in temperature during a 24-hour period. A desert that is hot during the day may drop to well below degrees at night once the heat of sun has left. Organisms that cannot adapt well to the rapid temperature fluctuations have trouble surviving in the desert. Soil is another thing important. This determines what plants can grow, which in turn defines which animals can survive. Finally, the light. The degree and intensity of sunlight in a given spot helps shape its microclimate and thus profoundly affects plants and animals.
Look out the window and it ain't too good, I ain't afraid, so let's get to it and smoke these ghosts like black.
The pattern of precipitation and temperature of the Chihuahuan Desert. The average precipitation of this desert is of 1 inch of water per year. The lowest precipitation is observable in February, March and April with 0.1 inch of water, while the greatest precipitation is observable on July and August with 3.1 inches of water. We can observe that the common precipitation is of 0.4 inches of water, and it is observable in January, May, November and December. Now, in the context of temperature, the greatest temperature in this desert is observable in June, and it is of 93.2 Fahrenheit degrees, while the lowest is observable in January with 39.6 Fahrenheit degrees.
Some plants we can find in the desert are kingbird, leopard lizard, jack rabbit, big brown bat, spadefoot toad, and tarantula. Some plants we can find in the desert are agave plant, cactus, desert sand, ironwood tree, and mesquite.
Drum like dum diddy day, I like the dirty rhythm you play.
This biome, which is the desert, can be found in Mexico, in Coahuila, that is considered to be part of the Sierra Madre mountain range and borders the provinces of Coahuila and Nuevo León, and this is largely desolate and uninhabited. The other one, the Chihuahuan Desert, is the single largest desert in all of North America. This desert reaches as far north as proportions of both New Mexico and Texas.
Yes, you be the boss, and yes, I be respecting whatever that you tell me, cause it's game you be spitting.
Some sources of pollution in the desert are due to the human interaction with the environment surrounding them. Some examples are the industrial pollutions, the test of nuclear weapons, the hunting of some species, and the use of products that damage the ozone layer. Also is involved the global warming, that is reducing snowpacks and melting glaciers that provide fresh water to the desert communities. Also, the desertification produced by human exploitation of ecosystem is causing land degradation, soil erosion and sterility, and a loss of biodiversity. This means that the pollution will only continue to get worse unless we step in and help to create a cleaner, safer environment for the species.
Speed head in the coop, leaving this interview. It ain't nothing new, I've been fucking with you. None of them bitches ain't taking you.
Some examples of endangered species that live in the desert are animals like the jaguar. There are reportedly around 50 to 120 in the Sonoran Desert, with eyewitness accounts proving their presence. The extinction of the jaguar within the Sonoran Desert would result in a major consumer reduction. Another one is the lesser long-nosed bat. This bat is a huge contributor to the pollination of cacti and agave. If it were not there to pollinate, a very common habitat and food for most of the animals within the desert would disappear.